Good fucking morning! What up, Anabolic heroes? Welcome back to another testosterone video, and thank you for making our previous video go viral, which was on the topic of 12 weeks 500mg testosterone only cycle. That video is the #1 most seen video on YouTube on the topic of testosterone cycle. Because of your interest in that video, YouTube has automatically generated specific keywords for it so you can search it on the go. And I promise you that this video is also going to be as informative and useful as the previous one was. Since testosterone is one of the most powerful and safest anabolic steroids out there, most bodybuilders are prone to go with a test-based cycle instead of dealing with a multi-drug stack. Most probably you have heard about it too, and once you are here, you want to know more about the best ways to run an 8-week testosterone-only cycle for reaching maximum effects. Benefits of this cycle include insane energy, strength, stamina, solid morning erections, and sex drive. Actually, a huge increase in sex drive and insanely pleasurable sexual encounters. Even jacking off becomes more fun. Lol. And you even feel as horny as an Asian hooker. And there is a feeling of becoming invincible.
Nothing hurts Chow. I am invisible!
It's invincible and you're not. You're just out of your fucking mind.
And you'll feel happy all the time and make the most of every moment. You will also notice huge strength gains in the gym, more pumps, lifting 50% heavier weights, and 40% more reps, or maybe even more. You won't get tired during the day or in the gym, and muscle recovery will be faster than ever. Why is the 8 weeks test cycle and not 6 or 12? While you're taking a test for a longer period than 8 weeks may yield more impressive results, you would seize this idea if safeness is your main concern. Also, if you're not a competitor and you're cycling steroids for the sake of increasing your performance or looking ripped, going beyond the threshold is not reasonable. On the other side, taking the test alone for 6 weeks is just too less of an expect for noticeable growth in your muscle mass. What could be worse than this is the probability that most of the gains would be gone once the cycle is discontinued. This is because your body will not have been given enough time to adapt to the gains and will be unable to retain them once no test is entering your body. Therefore, the golden mean when it comes to testosterone-based cycle length appears to be 8 weeks. Just know that any cycle that falls short of this term can still produce gains, but they will not be durable. On the other hand, unless you are a professional bodybuilder with years of steroids use and the experience going with 10 to 12 week cycle, it is not a healthy option for you. And there is one fun point that nobody on the internet will tell you. You can keep repeating this cycle for your whole life, and there will be a point at which you will look as good as any pro bodybuilder. But that's a personal choice. Most people these days prefer looking lean and aesthetic than big. Also, girls don't give enough about how big guys are, they like aesthetic guys more. And if you also keep repeating this cycle again and again, but you don't want to look big, just check your diet and calories, and there will be the point where you'll look at 5% to 6% body fat with the thickest and strongest muscles like a freaking Wolverine, and chicks dig that. But how often can you repeat it? Answer is 8 weeks on and 8 weeks off, which means you can do 6 cycles every year without messing up your natural hormones. You'll have to follow proper PCT mentioned next in this video and bring back your natural testosterone during 8 weeks off period. That's the advice for our one and only Coach Trevor, and it works great on our athletes who don't want to shut down their balls forever. What? Does exogenous testosterone shut down the balls? Yes, it does. It actually starts suppressing your natural test levels after the very first shot. Because the body notices a huge amount of testosterone in your blood, it tells your balls to stop producing. Well, it doesn't shut down your balls during the 8 weeks period, it just suppresses your natural T production, which can easily be brought back with PCT. Yes, but if you do a cycle above 8 months, then your natural T production is gone, and it is really hard to recover even with PCT. Because after 12 weeks on testosterone, your balls start to shrink, and there becomes a point they disappear in a period of 6 months. Depends on the individual, but some people even survive with pea-sized balls after a year on testosterone, but still their natural production is gone. They lose their fertility and can't make babies. Yes, but they do have great bodies, strength, and sex drive. But they lose the ability to reproduce, which in my opinion is the worst crime against yourself yourself, your wife, and even your parents who want to have grandkids. Therefore, 8-week cycle followed by proper PCT is ideal for you. You won't go infertile at all, and your natural T will help you preserve up to 90% of the gains during an off period if you do one little thing that we will reveal in the end. Yes, up to 90% of the gains will be yours, but you're going to have to stick with us to the end of the video. If you don't do that, most of the gains after the cycle will fade away, which you don't want, and even I will fail, and this video shouldn't have been made if you can't keep the gains. 8 weeks testosterone-based cycle explained. First of all, as you know, there are several types of testosterone, and some of them include in our cycle, such as testosterone enanthate and propionate. What else do you need to know for this cycle? Letrozole or Arimidex, human chorionic gonadotropin, and Clomid during the post-cycle therapy. Our cycle starts with testosterone enanthate and used through week 1 through week 6 at a dosage of 250 milligrams 3 times a week. 0.5 milligrams of letrozole daily is recommended while keeping a close eye on estradiol level in your body. How to know the estradiol level is going wild? Signs of decreased libido, joint pains, or depression should make you take a pause for a few days and then restart its consumption at a lower dosage. Testosterone propionate makes its entrance in week 7 until the middle of week 8. Why do I have to discontinue the use of test prop in the middle of last week of cycling, you ask? There is a very good reason behind this. Since we meant for it to be an 8-week cycle, starting recovery when test levels are still pretty high in the blood is not the best way to act. Drop its use a few days earlier so that the levels will fall sufficiently for PCT to begin in week 9 as planned. Test enanthate half-life is 8.5 days. Let's say it leaves your body in 9 days, so it's discontinued use in week 6, which means by the end of week 8 it's no longer in your body and you're ready for PCT. The test prop leaves your body within 4 days. We discontinued its usage during the middle of the 8th week, which means your body it is ready for the PCT on week 9 because both testosterone esters have left your body, and now if you don't start the PCT on week 9, then your balls won't produce enough natural test to keep the gains. You will still have more estrogen in your body. As a result, you will grow bitch tits and lactate like a hot pregnant Latina. With high estrogen comes gay feelings, and with gay feelings comes with the desire to hang out with kids like Jason Genova. Oops, sorry, that was wrong, Jason. So if you made up your mind to run a test-only cycle, then here's the best way to do it. Week 1 through 6, 750 milligrams of testosterone enanthate as front-loading dose day 1, 250 milligrams of testosterone ethylate 3 times a week, 250 IU of HCG 3 times a week, 0.5 milligrams of letrozole daily. Week 7, 100 milligrams of testosterone propionate 3 times a week, 250 IU of HCG Monday and Wednesday only, and 0.5 milligrams of letrozole daily. Week 8, 100 milligrams of testosterone propionate Monday and Wednesday only, 0.5 milligrams of letrozole Monday and Wednesday. If you like this video so far, then please leave me just one like, drop just one comment, mention anything, it'll help me grow. If you don't like having anything to say in the comments, then just write thanks. It helps a lot in spreading our message to more people seeking the same information. Testosterone produces a lot of red blood cells, which is good, but at 750 milligrams a week, there is a risk of blood thickening and a spike of LDL cholesterol. To avoid blood clotting, take 75 milligrams of aspirin daily, and blood will be as smooth as an apple pie. Stop using it at the day of your last injection, or blood will get thinner than an Asian lady's breast milk. To keep your HDL high, take omega-3 fish oil and eat a lot of walnuts. Eat fish or go vegan if you want to. Vegan diet will only raise your HDL no matter the dose of steroids. Take some natural liver cleansing supplements such as milk thistle to keep your liver healthy, and take some herbal kidney support to be on the safe side. Even though testosterone doesn't mess with your kidneys, if you're prone to baldness, then better shave off your head than do the cycle, or use shampoo that contains biotin and collagen for hair support. For normal people with no baldness in their genome, they can do as many testosterone cycles as they want. Acne happens when your liver gets messed up. This cycle won't ruin your liver, and you're taking milk thistle, so forget acne. Gyno happens when your estrogen is higher than the testosterone, and we've already killed it in this cycle by taking letrozole and Arimidex, so forget gyno, and there's no more side effects, so keep calm and do the injections. To avoid the hassle of multiple injections, you can mix HCG and testosterone in the same syringe. But here's one fun fact that no one will tell you. Mixing both together is good and helps to avoid multiple injections, but it will leave your injection site in pain for the next 2 to 3 days. Means your butt will stay sore, and every time you sit on the couch, you will have gay feelings. But the pain is minimal. You don't really notice it, but it's there. And yes, you don't inject test and HCG mix on the delt muscle because the post-injection pain will be higher as compared to the glute injection. But I recommend that you do 2 different injections, a normal 3cc needle for testosterone and an insulin syringe for HCG. And trust me, doing them separately will never have any type of post-injection pain, soreness, or lump. And now comes the most controversial part of using HCG, whether to use it during a cycle or during PCT. Look, this is a short-term cycle, and you don't lose your balls during 8 weeks. The purpose of HCG is to keep your balls fuller and bigger, and it keeps from shrinking. It also tells your balls to keep producing natural testosterone and sperm during the cycle. As I mentioned before, very first testosterone injection suppresses your T production and also kills the active sperm, and here comes the HCG that forces your balls to keep producing both while keeping the size. During 8 weeks, ball shrinkage is too little that you won't even notice that. And don't start weighing your balls like our beloved Tony Huge.
I have no problem with my balls shrinking a little bit. My balls are pretty big. In fact, I did want to do an experiment where I put my balls on a scale, and I did. I actually put my balls on a scale and weighed them, but it was too hard because you didn't, if you change the pressure, like how much you set your balls on the scale versus not, it's too much of a variable. I couldn't isolate the variables.
Even if you don't do HCG during the post 8 week cycle, it's okay. You will still have to do it during PCT then, and your balls will start producing natural test and semen both. Now, many people will follow the advice of our naturally beloved Rich Piano, which I madly respect. When he says his shot of testosterone tells your body to switch off natural production, and the shot of HCG will tell the body to switch it on. You're sending 2 different signals to the body, which is not healthy. Okay, but what would you do when someone comes and turns the light off of your room? Would you stay in the dark or get up and turn on the light again? He then says to take 5,000 IU of HCG at once, and it brings back the natural production. That is too high a dose for HCG and is an insane amount of conversion of HCG to estrogen at one time, since HCG also converts to estrogen like testosterone. I really love Rich, but this was his choice of taking high doses at one time that makes us really miss him today. And the best reason to use HCG during cycle is because we are taking in Letrozone and Armadex during cycle to kill the estrogen that gets converted from testosterone and HCG. I hope it makes sense to you now. God, I am still gonna see the haters in the comments though. Post-cycle therapy, PCT, weeks 9 through 12. First day, 300 milligrams of Clomid and then 30 milligrams of it every day. Also include Novaldex, 100 milligrams in the first day, then 30 milligrams of it every day for 3 weeks. Using Clomid alone will also work fine since the cycle was short, but using a combo of Novaldex and Clomid will help your natural testosterone recover 3 times faster, and by the end of PCT, you'll be able to produce more natural testosterone than you were producing naturally before cycle. Just keep in mind that PCT is designed to help you retain the most of your gains you made while cycling steroids. So make sure you do not ignore this part and take it very seriously. But since you will lose a lot of muscles after PCT, probably 50% of your gains, since your body is limited by your balls to produce testosterone. And here comes the secret of keeping above 90% of the gains. Just add 50,000 IU of vitamin D daily and Black OX testosterone booster for 3 weeks along with Novaldex and Clomid, and your balls will produce loads of testosterone. Black OX Testosterone Booster, designed by Coach Trevor and Dr. Tony Huge, has been proven to increase 1,200% natural testosterone levels in a man with extremely low amounts of it. He has no drive, no energy, no nothing, even gyno, and Black OX changed his life, and he now lifts more weight in his 40s than he ever could in his 20s. Now don't think we are promoting this product to make sales, we don't. Buy other test boosters if you want to. But you know supplement industry is bullshit, and Dr. Tony Huge and Coach Trevor don't fuck around. All of their products really work. go check their reviews out on Amazon or get enhanced.shop and buy. I have not even inserted these links in the description area or making any commission, so you know I'm not promoting a product, but your dreams. What results to expect on 8 weeks of testosterone-only cycle? Well, there are other factors too to be taken into consideration assessing the test-only cycle results. The truth is that test could promote muscle and strength gains like no other anabolic steroids, except for Trebolone, you will say. It can be, but be aware that the huge side effects of Trebolone carries. While testosterone is much milder in this sense, after all, it's a game of benefits and risks. You decide if you play modest but safe, or play hard and take upon yourself a range of harsh effects you may face later on. So how much gain to expect? Individuals claim to gain a minimum of 20 pounds of solid lean muscle mass and manage to keep above 90%. And this is the best part of proper cycling, because you can gain even 30 pounds or 40 pounds, but the question is how much of it you will still have once you are out of use of it all. How to ensure that the increase in weight is not fat but lean muscle? And the answer is a lean diet and hardcore workout. Do make sure you adjust these two components to your actual needs and then proceed to plan your testosterone-only cycle. If you've liked this video today, then please leave me just one like. Drop just one comment, mention anything. It will help me grow. If you don't have anything to say in the comments, then just write thanks. It helps a lot in spreading our message to more people seeking the same information. I will see you soon in my next video.